Hello, my name is Alan Kavanaugh. I am the Director of Loss Control and Risk Management for Noratech Solutions Inc. out of Prince George, British Columbia. In this introductory presentation, we will be talking about playgrounds, your responsibilities and inspection requirements as owners and operators of public use playgrounds. Our agenda today will include a brief introduction and discussion, playground standards, information, and related resources, your responsibilities, inspection and maintenance requirements, inspection forms and examples, with a conclusion. Introduction and discussions. Thousands of children are injured on playgrounds across Canada every year. The majority of injuries occur from falls. With the latest release of the CSA Z614 2020 edition, Children's Play Equipment and Servicing Standards, this is an opportune time to talk about what your requirements are in regards to maintaining a safe operational playground. The CSA Z614 standard requires that all owners of playgrounds plan and provide a regular maintenance and inspection schedule. Emphasis should be placed on falls to surfacing and maintaining surfacing protection to help minimize exposure to serious injuries, in particular head and neck related injuries. Playground standards and information sources. The primary source for playgrounds in Canada is the CAN CSA Z614, in this case 2020 edition, it's the most up-to-date edition, of the Children's Play Spaces and Equipment. There have been 6 releases in regards to the CSA Z614 standard: 1990, 1998, 2003, 2007, 2014, and the latest standard, which came out this past spring, 2020. The scope of the new standard applies to the following: public use play spaces built and play equipment manufactured after the date of publication of this edition. Any additions and replacement parts to public use play spaces installed after the date of publication of this edition. An example of additions and replacement parts were in the situation where a playground was potentially vandalized and it was an older style playground installed, for example, through the 1998 CSA Z614 standard. If that playground was vandalized, then the new components and repairs would have to meet the current requirement, the CSA Z614 2020 standard. There are also various policies, guidelines, and recommended practices that deal with user age groups and regular groups, and local authorities. Some examples would be local playgrounds, whereby the requirements for playgrounds would fall under the licensing branch of the local health authorities. It is good to note what their requirements are, in particular if they are looking for your sign-off or advice on utilizing their playgrounds. Your existing playgrounds may have to be redesigned to meet their requirements. Your responsibilities. You are required to maintain a safe playground. You are required to provide a documented, preferably digital, inspection process. The recommended inspection procedure, according to the current CSA standard, is daily visual inspections, monthly documented inspections, with an annual all-inclusive playground inspection review. You should also develop a follow-up system whereby once a recommendation has been made, after an inspection takes place, there is a follow-up procedure to ensure compliance or repair over a predetermined time period. This in particular is where a digital playground inspection format works very well. Inspection and maintenance requirements. CSA Z614 Section 11. In this area of CSA Z614, we talk about the recommended inspection and maintenance procedures. A program of daily and monthly inspection and maintenance schedules should be created by the owner of the playground. A checklist should be developed, preferably digital, makes it easier to access and track information. Inspections shall include, but are not limited to, checking the entire playground area for hazards, debris, and litter, checking for any damage to equipment, checking for any broken, missing, or loose equipment, checking for strings or ropes of any kind and removing them, checking fall servicing areas, repairing and maintaining them as required. Next, we'll talk about inspection and maintenance requirements as they relate to CSA Z614 Standard, Section 11.3, Inspection of the Play Space. In this section, they discuss providing a daily and weekly visual inspection of the play space, provide a detailed monthly inspection documented with follow-up, and provide an annual written report, discuss inspections over the past year, and actions taken to mediate recommendations, problems, and concerns. This again is very important in regards to your due diligence when you own a playground. The idea is to maintain good documented inspection procedures and practices and have a documented means of mediating, repairing any problems that you occur during your regular inspection process. The inspection program, it should be fully documented. Daily, weekly, monthly view inspections, monthly inspections should be documented. Develop a program based on the hazards and equipment that you have at your playground. Inspect on a regular basis. Develop a program to replace or remove dangerous equipment. Develop long-term plans to bring existing equipment up to current standards. Consider providing a digital inspection format, better record keeping, and save time. The inspection form, when developing an inspection form, you should take into account they should be individualized according to the type of playground. Discuss each piece of equipment separately. It is either easier to mark what that piece of equipment is, how it is being utilized, the inspection and maintenance requirements of it based on use. Rate hazards on surfacing, entrapment, entanglement, and in particular impact hazards. Develop a plan to bring equipment up to current CSA standards. Digital inspection programs allow for easier updates and changes. Included in this presentation is a sample inspection form. If we look at the equipment on the left-hand side, we discuss swings, slides, spring toys, teeter-totters, seesaws, climbers, merry-go-rounds, creative play structures, and general site conditions. The grayed out areas, as you look to the right, going down the line from the various pieces of equipment, the gray areas are the areas that do not apply. The white open box areas are the areas that apply. For example, if you were to provide a monthly inspection for your swings, you would be looking at your chains, your S-hooks, your seats, grease fittings, stability and ground, exposed concrete, etc. You would not be concerned with spring and bars, plastic components, stairs of slides, etc., because they would apply to other pieces of equipment. If you go down again the left-hand side where we discuss the equipment, swings, slides, spring, toys, and others, and then go across, you will see a similar example as we discussed in the swings section. This next side is provided just as an information piece. This discusses the sample inspection form and each piece of equipment or portion of equipment that should be looked at on a monthly basis and documented. So for example, chains, you would check for bent, worn, open links. S-hooks, check for excessive wear. Seats, check rubber seats for wear, sharp edges and points, and on and on. Again, this portion of the presentation is utilized as a benefit and a short description of what you should be looking at when providing a monthly inspection of a playground. Just as a fun note, I included several pictures of older fun type playgrounds. Many of these pictures can be acquired from various historical sites, including BC-based historical sites. As we can see here, we see a slide being utilized in a playground. The slide height, fall height, maximum fall height looks to be in the range of 15 feet or higher. There is no standard sidewalls on the slide. There is no soft fall impact protection on the slide, and there is several children going down the slide at the same time. Back in the day when playgrounds were sometimes referred to them as being more fun. Here's another picture here. Again, we see a child here that is basically running the swing set as high as she can go, typically jumping off and having fun. So in conclusion, remember, it is your playground. You are required to inspect, maintain, and repair it. You should conduct a risk analysis or needs assessment on all of your playgrounds. This is the who, what, where, why, and when section. Identify all areas to be inspected. It makes it easier to develop specific ways of developing an inspection program that will meet the requirements of the CSA Z614 standard. Talk to risk management professionals, people in your industry, staff, and various other organizations. Thank you again for taking part in this introductory presentation on playground inspections. The plans are, as we move forward, to provide more information in regards to playgrounds and specific information in direction in regards to how playgrounds should be inspected. This presentation just deals with the generalities of how a playground should be inspected and what should be inspected, and also a brief discussion on the documentation requirements. If you have any questions or ideas on future presentations, contact me at any time. Have a great day. Bye for now.